going to give you an idea of what we're going to talk about. We really want to make as much of tonight about the questions you've got. So we're going to go through the book. We're going to go through some of the things that we've pulled out, but we'd like as much interaction as possible. The way we're going to do it is we're just going to write some questions down at the end of the introduction, and we're going to aim to answer all them questions throughout the talk. And then if we come to the end and we haven't answered them, then we'll obviously go through there, and then we'll look at a question and answer at the end as well. So as I say, I'm Tim. We co-founded Arete Fitness. We've been health and fitness specialists for the last 5 to 6 years. We got to a point in what we were doing that, you know, we love what we do. We love helping clients. We love getting results for clients, but we see that problems within the industry. We've already had a conversation tonight. There's a lot of misinformation out there about what is right for people and what isn't right for people. And we know the book is specifically for women, and we know that there's a lot of issues specifically that mean women are preyed on from advertising, from airbrushing, and this just perpetuates the problem as well. So we've worked with females for the last 2 years, and we've seen this going on around us, and we decided that basically we wanted to write something down and get our knowledge out there, and hopefully help correct some of these things that we see as problems within the industry. So the book is the 30-30 Body Blueprint. It's broken down into simply 5 pillars, and each of the mistakes that we're going to talk about today will fall in one of them 5 pillars. The reason we came up with this is, first of all, when we qualified, we were very good at training people. And we started to realise that just training people isn't the only answer, and so we delved into a lot of nutrition, and we've already talked earlier. You get to a point where lots of our clients understand what they should be doing, but for some reason they don't do it or they can't do it. So we started to understand the importance of mindset. And the whole book is about creating the right habits that can help you do this for long term. So we had a quick discussion earlier about yo-yo dieting, and that's what we see many people go through decades of. So we decided to write a book and devise 5 pillars, which are the important things that everyone needs to do to lose weight, have unlimited energy and feel great. And that's mindset, creating the right habits, looking at your lifestyle, exercise and training, and then nutrition. So as you can see, we all the 5 mistakes that we've got up, Phil's going to go through each one of them. They all fall in one of them 5 pillars. We're going to go through all the mistakes, but we really want you to take something away from it tonight as well. So for each of the mistakes, we're going to offer you some takeaways. We're going to send you some stuff via email. So not only will we give you the idea of what the problems are, we're also going to give you the solution as well. So can I ask if anyone's got any questions? I know it's right at the beginning. I'm going to pick on a couple of people that I've already spoken to. Did you have a question earlier? So I'm just writing them down.
Like this lady mentioned yo-yo dieting.
Okay.
But can your metabolism ever be repaired to a good condition?
Excellent. Okay.
Can I read that?
So it's about metabolism. Okay. And anyone else? Can I push anyone else that please?
About willpower.
Okay, we talked about that. We're doing quite well so far. We've covered both of these, so. Any other questions that spring to mind now, or?
Menopause.
Okay. Anything particular?
I've put on weight and I can't seem to shift it.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Thyroid. Hypothyroid.
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 Okay.
People are on medication.
What we're going to be careful of.
Hypo. In hypo, it's low. They take care of things. Side effect is putting on weight.
What we will be clear on is where our scope of practice starts and stops.
Yes.
So if we do get into a position where we have an opinion, but we're not qualified to give that, we'll probably just tell you that's the way it is, and we can cover some of this stuff, but it might get to a point where we're not qualified to be giving you advice in a talk like this. Anything else? Exercise or lifestyle factors, stress, sleep, anything?
Willpower to keep up exercise.
Okay.
Exercise going on.
Willpower to keep
Like
exercise.
stress.
Sorry?
Stress.
Stress. Okay. And its effect on health and weight loss.
Everything?
Okay. I'm going to pass. Go on, please.
Juicing.
Juicing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you mean that as in a juice fast or as in like as a complement to food?
Not fast, because I don't do a fast is healthy, but as I don't know, to maintain it. Yeah, because food's got a lot of sugar in it.
Yeah. Okay.
Retirement when you retire, is there any
Okay, so
anything to encourage one?
so exercise as well at
Yeah.
retirement age.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of stuff there that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, please.
Not drinking enough proper decent water.
Okay, so hydration. Okay, so I'm going to take a seat and leave it to go.
Okay, so we'll start off with the 5 common mistakes that people make. So each one is one of the pillars within the book. We're going to cover them all in order, which will cover most of the questions. We'll take the rest at the end. So the first one, I'm just going to brush over them quickly. Letting your elephant run wild. I doubt anyone knows what that means just yet. I'll tell you in a minute, but that's about mindset. Thinking that cardio makes you lose weight. It's what people assume you do to lose weight. We're going to tell you that's probably not the best way to lose weight and give you the solution of what you could be doing instead. Being stuck in the 80s and believing in low fat and low calorie dieting. It was all the dogma back then that saturated fat's bad, that you should eat 2,000 calories a day. If you want to lose weight, you eat less calories. That just doesn't work, and people, you can see, if you look at the data, people have got progressively more and more unhealthy since that time. So we're going to, again, offer a different solution. Point 4, eating soya, grains and so-called health foods, and that's actually to your detriment. And finally, relying too much on willpower. So I'll jump straight in at the first one, which is about mindset. So has anybody read the book called Switch by Chip and Dan Heath? No. Okay, so it's a really good book actually. I'm sure they'll probably sell it here. It's all about psychology, it's about mindset, it's about creating change, creating a switch in your habits and your behaviours. So the analogy of the elephant and the rider, basically the elephant is your emotional brain and the rider is your rational or logical brain. So the elephant is obviously, it's big, it's powerful, it's strong, but it's not very intelligent. It tends to live in the moment. The rider is more intelligent, but it's not as physically strong. So the rider is cognitively in control, but the elephant can overpower it. So when the two are working together in harmony, everything goes great. When there's conflict, the elephant is always going to win, every single time. So basically what that means, I'll give you an example. Say that you want to lose weight and that you're eating a healthy diet, and then it's Friday night, you're tired, you get in from work at 8 o'clock, and you've got no food in the house, you're hungry, and you want something to eat, and you're just craving a pizza. What do you want to do? Well, if you think about the elephant is going pizza, 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 I want to eat pizza. The rider is saying, no, I don't want to eat pizza, because pizza's bad for me, pizza's going to take me away from my goals, so why would I do that? I want to eat a healthy meal. Of course, when you're in that situation, what's more powerful? The elephant, and usually people end up eating the pizza, which becomes to their detriment, of course. So basically what you need to do is you need to understand when you're using emotions, when you're not thinking logically or rationally. This underpins basically everything that people do. Somebody mentioned about not sticking to things and yo-yoing. It's fairly common sense. People know what to do. They know, eat good food, do a bit of exercise, sleep, and I'll be a healthy person. But people don't do it. And why don't people do it? The reason is because they're ruled by their emotions, by their elephant, and they can't think logically in that moment when they're emotionally clouded. Towards the end I'll give you a solution for that. So the next point is about short-termism, which relates nicely with it. Short-termism, again, I'll give you an example. Imagine you're going on holiday in 3 weeks' time and you want to lose a you want to fit into a bikini, you want to slim down a bit. 3 weeks time is not the time to be thinking about doing it. It should be a long-term thing. It should be, I'm a healthy person, I want to live a healthy lifestyle, I'm going to permanently have healthy habits and do what I need to do to be in good shape all of the time. Unfortunately, what tends to happen is people leave it to the last minute. They leave it until 2-3 weeks out. Sorry. They leave it until 2 or 3 weeks out when they're suddenly like, oh crap, I need to lose weight, and they go off running to do it. They probably do it because they go to an extreme, they starve themselves, they don't eat, they exercise every single day. Completely unsustainable plan. And then what happens? They get back off holiday a week later and completely go the other way, start binging, gain back all the weight, stop going to the gym, and it's this constant up and down cycle. That's why short-termism doesn't work. It needs to be a long-term thing for it to work. A long-term habit. You decide, you make a decision, specifically the rider makes a decision, I'm going to be healthy, I'm going to implement these habits to be a healthy person in the long term. And that is basically the key to success. That is when you are a healthy person in the long term. The emotionally driven person who's always up and down and short term, they'll be in that cycle forever until usually they get to a point where they just give up because it's draining, frankly. So how do you become that person? How do you become the person who's ruled by their rider, who is thinking, this is a long-term thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to commit to it, I'm going to stick to it, and then actually do it? The first thing you need to do is you need to understand why you want to do this. What is it that you really want? Forgetting about your holiday in 2 weeks when you're going away. Think deeply, think about the future, think about where you want to be in 10 years or in 50 years. What sort of a life do you want to have led? What sort of person do you want to be? When you understand this, then it's so much easier to be able to be motivated, not in a crap, I'm going on holiday next week, but in a this is who I am sort of way. It's connecting with your values, it's connecting with who you are. So, to have the right mindset for success, you need to understand your why. So, Tim mentioned it briefly in the intro about why we wrote the book. You have a why for why you do anything. Why you do the job that you do, why are you here tonight, you know, whatever you do, why, whatever. So why do you want to be healthy? Why do you want to be fit? Why do you want to eat well? Why do you want to work out? If you come and understand your why, that's when you know at your core level, this is what I want, this is what I'm going to do. That's when you go away and do it. So to understand your why, you need to, it's not easy, you need to ask yourself some difficult questions. What you need to do is you need to think about where you're at now. And then you want to talk to your elephant, to keep the analogy going. Ask, how do I feel about how I am now? Do I like the situation that I'm in? How does it make me feel? You ask these sorts of questions and you get the emotions out. You need to be honest with yourself. And then you ask the same thing, where do I want to be? Future project, put it in a year, in 10 years, whatever you want. Where do I want to be? And you ask yourself the same questions. How do I feel now that I am this person? How do I feel within myself? How is my confidence? How do I feel about the journey that I've been on to get here? And then the final part is the middle part. It's what's standing in my way and what do I need to do to get there. So to take you from the person that you're at now to the person that you want to be, what could stop you? What has stopped you before? What do you think may stop you in the future? If you know these things, you will get there, basically. Most people don't. Most people jump into something assuming that they're going to do it, and then 2 or 3 weeks later, as soon as their motivation wanes a little bit, suddenly they stop doing it and forget that they ever wanted to do it. What you need to do is you need to lay it out up front. You need to understand what it is you need to overcome to achieve the thing that you really want to achieve. Once we know that, then you can make a plan